said, recently you said that you've done a few films without your own conviction, with the conviction of a director or with his vision, right? Will that change now? Will you totally do films that you believe in and nobody else?
I don't know, like people are consistently who they are.
Right.
So it seems with me, there's patches of, good sense where you try and, basically sign the best of what you're offered.
Right,
Okay.
yeah.
So sometimes you get it right.
Yeah.
And there'll come a time when maybe there'll be a successful director or a good director who'll say, I want to do this film. And you'll be like, I'm not sure, I'm not connecting a little bit. And he'll convince you.
Yeah.
And if that's wrong, you'll again kick yourself and say, I knew it, I shouldn't have done it.
Yeah.
But it's okay. What's the worst thing that will happen? Yeah, the worst thing that will happen is it won't run.
Perfect.
And we're all
nice.
around.
That's a nice attitude. That's not a big deal.
You should enjoy the process.
Yeah.
Certain films, if you don't enjoy shooting for, then that is a bit of a crime. That's not fun for anybody then.
Have you done any film that you haven't believed in?
Yeah, I've made so many mistakes in the past. I think in Bollywood, the reason why I'm taking my time is because I've made so many mistakes, I suppose, in the past. And again, I was naive, I was young. I think can probably be condoned for that. But I think mistakes, in a way, is a good thing. If you don't repeat them, is even better, because then it would probably become a habit. But I completely relate to, with what he's saying. It's so true. Sometimes you don't believe in it, and then you speak to the director about it, and then he convinces you, and sometimes it pays off. Sometimes it really doesn't.
Yeah.
Like with Barfi, I remember it took me 3 months to decide whether I wanted to do the film.
Yeah, you told me about that, I remember,
Yeah, and even at one point in between, I was like, is my role veering towards a negative side?
Correct, yeah.
Because, and I remember having a conversation with Anurag, and he convinced me.
Yeah.
But again, it paid off there. I trusted him completely. So, yeah, there have been a lot of mistakes. There have been films I've done that I haven't believed in midway.
Yeah.
But I suppose a commitment for me is a commitment, and I need to give it my all either way. Yeah, it would be great though if every single film that you do is an amazing experience.
What about you, Govindaji? I was reading the interview somewhere where you said that you don't like a lot of your films in totality, you like them in parts. Is that true?
No, I don't like my films.
He actually said that I don't like most of my films in totality, I like them in parts.
I know that he doesn't watch a lot of movies as
Even
well.
a super hit film, I don't like.
Really?
It.
Your own film?
कभी नहीं, पसंद ही नहीं आती पूरी पिक्चर. Always मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि हाँ यहाँ अच्छा था, यहाँ अच्छा था, यहाँ अच्छा था. मुझे सिनेमा वहीं अच्छा लगता है जहाँ जिस वक्त डायरेक्टर हो या एक्टर हो वो उसके थॉट के बियॉन्ड चला जाता है. जिस वक्त वो बियॉन्ड जाता है उतना सिनेमा मुझे उतनी फिल्म मुझे अच्छी लगती है.
I guess the audience is forgiving. I think they move on and they go on to your next best film.
They're forgiving when you're young, I think, Then they expect some quality a little later.
Okay, because you have a standard, you have a benchmark for your own self. Yeah.
But they're good with youth.
They're good with you.
Yeah, at least they are. Yeah, they are. They're like, nice. Yeah. I think they're supportive, They give people a chance.
Yeah, because they just think freshness, I guess, yeah.
Or maybe now you feel they give less of a
But
chance.
I guess, don't you think it's more competitive right now?
That's what I'm asking you, think?
Yeah, I think it's more competitive right now. I think the audience has less patience now than they used to earlier.
This is an interesting question. I don't know what it means, whether if every guy has a six-pack, what does that say? What are the messages we're giving out? There's a certain type, but even in America, I read somewhere that TV shows, like TV networks, all these TV shows, it's mandatory to have a six-pack because you'll have to take off your shirt and you have to look like that.
But that's TV shows, not in mainstream Hollywood, right?
So I think it's a mature society where they celebrate all kinds of reality in life also.
Exactly, yeah.
But we are still, I think,
we like all things good
the
looking.
hero.
We like all things good looking, so I guess,
But I mean, if you're going to take drugs to achieve that, like steroids, and if you're going to take like crazy diets that are going to ruin your health, and you have to think what kind of message we're giving, I mean, if you see Govindaji dance and do a thing, I mean, that's impressive, or is it impressive to have a six-pack and do the same thing?
Correct.
What is more pleasing? People have never really been that respected ultimately in our industry for having a body.
Absolutely.
It's always been acting. Even Amit ji and Dharam ji.
You don't remember which
guys,
movie,
right
which actor took their shirt off eventually, right?
Eventually, right?